I think the plague of the frogs is next. You already have the locust. You have the blood harmoose. You know, I find it peculiar that the Strait of Hormuz is it's blood red, right? I have no idea why. It's just amazing the way it is. They could have picked any other area to be bloody, you know what I mean? To have a bloody ocean, a bloody area, you know what I mean? And you know, it's I mean, when you look at it, when you look at the Strait of Hormuz and then what it's going into, well, it looks like a, I don't know, like a sexual compromised position. You know what I'm saying? So that's bloody, and I'm going to say that the frogs are coming next. Now the darkness will be towards the end, one of the last plagues. Whatever Paul Burglary talks about is what the elite want you to know. So, anyway, so you got these 10 days between May 21st and when the waters are abated, and then between May 31st when the waters are when the earth is dried up. And when you look into Daniel, just the first chapter alone, they were given this they were given pulse to eat for 10 days. However, after 10 days, I forget the names of the people, because there's the prince of the eunuchs. There's a guy. His name, he was the one. He's like, I found a man from the tribe of Judah who can interpret your dream, and I forgot what his name was. But there's a couple people there that see, Jehoiakim, that's right. Jehoiakim was in his 3rd year of reign, and then that's when King Nebuchadnezzar came and took over. And then he had his little dream, and nobody can interpret it, and then Daniel can interpret it, and then that's when he got recognized for interpreting dreams, and then that's when things started going pretty well for him and his buddies. So they didn't want to eat the portion of king's meat. They were not, it doesn't matter who's in rulership, they're not worshiping that king's God. Because, you know, number one, you got to lie and pretend and act and just be unauthentic. So it's like, no, just let us, we'll eat our own and drink our own. So then after 10 days, Belzar, look, I'm not a Pharisee, okay? I can't remember these things off the top of my head. That's why, thank God I don't have a script. And so he took away the portion of their meat and gave them pulse to eat. Now, to me, it seems like it's that they talked about they're not having it, and then it seems like after the 10 days, that's when their portion was taken away and they were given pulse to eat. So you have these 10 days between now and then Then you have well, in between them, we're going to have all these plagues. I have a feeling that they're going to start talking about more, Bible prophecy being fulfilled, and trying to push that. I still can't believe that Begley is like he's acting like he's serious, and that's the thing. Like, as he's like, is this Bible prophecy? Like, no, it's, you know what I mean? Like, no, we're actually acting it out. So anyway, come June 1st, well, it does look like my plans they've been extended for 30 days. It's just the way it is. It's been extended for 30 days. Because by the end of May 31st, well, then you have June 1st, and then 30 days. June 30th, the entire month of June. Now, it's going to get so interesting, because on May 21st, I'm saying that, well, it's going to be, what's going to change the world is, again, it's going to be blamed on God. It's going to be some kind of, it's going to be weather that's going to dominate. And so then I start looking, okay, here comes all the tornadoes. Here comes the blood river, water, ocean, Strait of Hormuz, the bloody water. I don't know how much of it is on the mainstream. I don't think anything about the blood red is on the mainstream. I think it's all social media. But either way, I take the pulse by going to the elite's mouthpiece, and I get their information, and that's just the way you're supposed to do it. And so I take the pulse of what's going on with these agents, and what they talk about is, well, it's blaming it on God, because with the tornadoes happening, and there's 60 of them touched down on May 21st, and then the bloody river on May 21st, and then now burglary, whatever the hell his name is, he's pushing the Nephilim giants. So we should be, like Bigfoot and everything, we should be scared that there's literal giant men, not like meaning like mighty men, like giant mighty, but like the ones Nephilims are gonna rip us apart and eat us. So he's pushing that too. And so yeah, God is being blamed for the next 10 days of all these events, weather, earthquakes that are. See, what's going to happen is they're going to get into the news more, and that's how it dominates, because it's like a ripple effect, just one after another. So that's what it is. God's being blamed for the next events, and then the war starts. Now it only, see, when Steve says that nothing's going to happen this year, and just like last year, nothing's going to happen, and it's not going to happen until the days of Adam are fulfilled in, like, I don't know, 2 years or something. So when he says that, there's either one or two things here. I mean, number one, he has the world script in his hand. That's a dead given. And so when he says that, and as angry as he's been getting, and it's like, there's a reason behind that anger, and it's not just, when you gotta continually try to prove yourself and back up your lies, and then you continue to lie and lie and lie, and then you say that you just came across that video of Justin's, and then you're talking, and then you had, It's like it only took you 28 days to respond when Justin said it the first time. You said you just came across his video, and you didn't, because you already did a video, which you deleted, by the way, where he was talking about, because he said, if I didn't know anybody, know any better, and you're like, yeah, you don't know any better than anybody. And then you come across, you say yesterday you came across his video. You didn't just come across his video yesterday, because you already made a video talking about that exact one. So again, it's just another lie that you've been caught in. But you delete your video, and I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere in my files if I go back, because I recorded that part of the video when Justin was talking to you, asking if we could talk to Juan or John or whoever the hell he is. And then so it's out there somewhere, but it's like it took you 28 days, because when Juan was there, when you hired him the first time, it's like you got these people lined up. They all want to be one, and they're all like in a, you know, like a rehearsal stage, whatever, where you have people trying to get the gig, and then so that guy, he made the cut. So because he made the cut, he came to your house. He all right, and action, and then he's raking leaves, and then after that day, when you're done, the next day, when you recorded it, he went off and had his vacation. So he went on a vacation for a while. So you had to once he came back from vacation, that's when you finally went to your studio and recorded, you know, the guy Juan there. So anyway, I just like making accusations, because I can't prove anything. I just like to accuse. So you're pretty angry, Steve. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we're right and you're wrong, and you can sense it, you can feel it. You know that things are changing, and you're trying to convince yourself. Because last year you were flourishing in your palace. Last year you were flourishing in your palace, and you had a vision, and this dream like troubled you. And then all of a sudden you weren't really comfortable anymore flourishing in your palace. And now you're starting to see that people are turning. And I'm not just saying it because I wish this to happen. I feel it in my bones, in my DNA, that everybody that used to be on your side, either out of ignorance or fear, or just didn't know any better, which is kind of lines of ignorant. Not that you're being ignorant, but just out of ignorance, not knowing any better. And so people are changing and turning, and well, just mark my words, mark them. Count my words, Steve. Type that in gematria. Type this in gematria, Steve. Everybody is turning from Stephen James to Sean. So June 1st, 21 days, because you have given us pulse to eat after 10 days, starting May 21st, after the 7th full year and the 8th year, going into the 8th year into perdition. Well, here we are. The 10 days aren't the last 10 days, and the 30 days are connected in with the 10 days. It might. Hold on. I'm sorry. The 30 days is right after. That's what it is. The 30 days. That decree, the true decree, is coming up starting June 1st for the entire month. Because the 10-day period that we have from May 21st to the end of May 21st, the second month, the 17th day, to the second month, the 27th day, is the 21st of May to the 31st of May. It's 10 days. 10-day tribulation period. The devil's going to try us, some of us, and throw us into prison. Because after the 10-day period, there's going to be a 30-day decree signed. Anybody who prays to their God out loud on YouTube. No, it's not actually praying to your God. It's just anybody who's still talking about the same thing like I am, right? Anybody who's still talking, here comes your strikes. Here comes okay. Here comes the strikes. Here comes being thrown into the lion's den, because you're going to be killed spiritually. You're being tossed aside to the lions, even though the lions are going to shut their mouth. It's still a spiritual death. And the reason why Steve is so excited is because YouTube, Facebook, social media, it's his platform. This is what he was promised. So when we're shut down, he's gonna think in his heart that that's it. He won. He won because, well, the world's never gonna hear our voices again. We're finished. We are through. What he doesn't understand is that it's too late. It is like 600 days too late, Steve. Maybe if you shut me up 600 days ago, things would have been different. But they are different. I mean, maybe they would have went in your favor, I'm saying, because nobody really knew. And the way I'm getting at it in the book of Daniel is, whoever King Nebuchadnezzar is, right, and whoever the prince of the eunuchs is, and the one who was set up to, I should have read it again. In other words, there's a higher up authority in this world, whoever they are, whatever their name is, I don't know, but they were looking for the scriptures to be interpreted. They truly want to know, is this Bible real? And if so, who can interpret a matter? So here comes Steve. He's never had a bad day in his life. Well, I mean, meaning like financially. He's never been poor. He's grew up being a rich little spoiled pansy. And that's all you still are, Steve. You're just rich, you're spoiled. You have the anger of just, I mean, you're out of control. And yeah, you understand hidden sentences, but this is the thing. They wanted somebody to help them understand what the Bible means and then interpret their dreams, and you couldn't do it. So they're looking for truth, is what it is. That's why King Neb said, he's like, if you can't interpret my dream that I had, you tell me what my dream is and interpret it for me. If you can't, then you're preparing lying words and you're going to be cut, asunder. So it tells me that King Neb did not want to be lied to. All that he wanted was someone to tell him the truth of the matter. And here it is. I'm telling you the truth. So that's why your time is up. It's running out. And I'm going to say that's why you've been angry. That's why, when you made that last video about me, I'm thinking, what the scumbag? Like, man, he's so sure is pissed. And then you're getting at Justin and because you were stalking him that day, and you make a reference to just let him know that you're watching him. But we already know that, man. It's your game is played out. Like, the gang stalking corporation has absolutely zero effect. Zero. Because you go from not knowing that you're being watched and surveilled to knowing that you are, and then it's like, why? And then you get irritated at it, and then you guys are waiting for the meltdown video. I mean, you're just like this, like, yes, I got it. And then me and Justin fell apart, and you're like, yes. And then I was on your side, Steve. You're like, It's all going according to plan. I will rule the world. You thought you had the secret Krabby Patty formula, and then all of a sudden the floodgates opened up and everything just came tumbling down, and your gang stalking has lost its effect. You tried to go overt on me to make it as obvious as possible, and then it got to the point where I don't even know if they exist anymore. I mean, I'm still going to protect my house because that's, because I know that the second I leave my house unprotected, somebody's going to walk in. That's the reason why I've kept it a tight knit for over a year straight. Starting with me, just me and my wife, just taking shifts, making sure that somebody's always home. She works, I work during the day, come home, she works after, we go. My son helps, and then Karen was helping for the 6 months or so while she was there, and then now it's back to shift change again. So the gang stalking effect has lost its punch, and it basically doesn't exist. The irritation of it doesn't exist. But that's the thing. All your tactics have ran its course, and you when you can't affect anybody anymore, you're ineffective. You're supposed to be able to break down everybody and anybody that you have tabs on to surveil and harass, and it doesn't work anymore. So to make a long story short, the 21-day period, the true 21-day period is from June 7th to the 8th to like June 28th or so, or 29th, something like that. But the first part of it, I know I'm dragging this out a little bit. I'm trying to think. I don't have a script, so I got to think from the top of my head. My videos might be a little bit longer because I have to think more. But the bottom line is this: after the 10-day period, you're going to have 21 days. Now, the war is going to start. All the chaos is going to happen. You're going to see a lot of fake news, and in the end, see, even if on the news it says that America has been destroyed and bombed, burned up, and then how they're gonna twist it and turn it afterwards, well, they're gonna tell the truth. Because I was wondering, how are they gonna spin this after it doesn't happen? Well, how are they gonna tell the world that it didn't happen? They're gonna say it was fake news. You know how they just like the Strait of Hormuz being blood. Can anybody prove that? Are you over there? Is it on the mainstream media or not? Or is it just on social? So you're gonna have a division, a social media, mainstream media. They're gonna be telling you more about the Bible prophecy on the social media, and it's gonna be fake news, because that's what it is. Even though Bible prophecy is being fulfilled, just not the way that you guys think it is. It's actually being fulfilled in truth. Even if you guys wrote the damn Bible, well, it's coming true. So isn't that the scariest damn thing? Like, and the Masons want to say the 33-degree secret is that they wrote the Bible, okay? And it's fake, but yet it's coming true in front of your face, and it's like, oh my God, wow, there is a God. This is crazy. We didn't think. I'm a little sick since exactly May 21st for some reason. I guess it's the plague. I don't know. The plague is, the pestilence is trying to hit me. So anyway, you have the 21-day period up until the summer threshing floor. June 1st to June 21st. Summer is near. the summer threshing floor, 21 days after the 10-day period, and then it's time to eat pulse. You know, no pleasant bread for 3 whole weeks. And then here's the kicker. Here is the absolute kicker. Right after the 10-day period, signing the 30-day decree. Anybody that prays their God for 30 days, that is it. They're done. Striking us down. Starting with the very first day of June 1st. Strike down, strike. You're done. See ya. Because you prayed to your God. And at the same time, war really starts kicking off. For 3 whole weeks. And then towards the end of the 3 whole weeks, there's all this major catastrophe, earthquakes, everything. The guys just destroying everything. And then here comes, you have 7 days from that point on. And Steve is going to party, right? He's going to feel like he got his victory. And this is exactly what the Bible is talking about. It's just amazing. It's completely believable. It's so sane and believable. It's not surreal and it's not unbelievable. It's believable. So this Bible coming true is so believable. You have the 3.5 day period where you're going to party, Steve. That party starts June 21st to June 24th. 3.5 days. After that, after the 3.5 day period, you start partying. That peace treaty, June 25th, right, into the 26th. And then after 3.5 days, which is another 3.5 days, it's not just 3.5 days, it's 7 days altogether. After 3.5 days, the breath of life enters into God's people, and great fear falls upon everybody, because the fear of God, falls upon the rest. Now the rest, everybody who works for Steve, everybody, you guys are the ones that the Bible's talking about. Great fear falls upon you. You know why? Because your job is finished. Like what you guys have been doing this whole time, you aren't ruling anymore. When you guys are promised to reign, like the 120 princes, and you guys are kings of the earth. Not anymore, because your time is up. Your boss is getting cut down. It's best to turn right now while you still have time, because if not, you probably are going to have to clean like more toilets, and you're going to have to do more dirty jobs because you didn't listen from the beginning. So you guys are all going down. Everybody that works for Steve that hasn't turned yet. The ones that have already turned and you haven't told him yet, you guys are the ones that on that day everybody says, I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. It's senseless. So you have that period of time where you're going to start partying. And I know, it's nothing happened. May 21st came around. Same as 8 years ago. Rob, and you're wasting your time. I know how it's supposed to be. It feels exactly perfection. It's going perfectly the way it's supposed to. And you're supposed to doubt. The ones that doubt, you're supposed to continue to doubt it all the way up until that time. Now, and then here comes my birthday, right? June 28th at 11:30 p.m. is my birthday. So at 11, and this is something I just thought of too. My birthday, you know how like you wake up, like say you wake up June 28th. It's like, hey, woohoo, it's my birthday. No, it ain't. Not yet. Not until the very end of the day, like to the fullest extent. It's like June 28th at 11:30 exactly p.m. is I will be 42 years, 364 full days old, going into 365. And then there's like a half hour of like silence or something. And then I think like the seventh angel blows the trumpet, something along those lines. And then all of the 29th is my birthday. So I'm actually celebrating my birthday for 2 days. On the 28th for a half hour. Because you got to give, it's like a moment of silence. That's why there's a half hour, silence in heaven. There's space. You got to give a memorial to those who have fallen for a half hour of silence. And then on the 29th, I get to party for my see, one party. This is so crazy. One party starting on June 21st. Steve's party starts for 3.5 days. After 3.5 days, that's when he parties. From June 21st to 24th is a waiting period. Like, all right, we got to wait 3.5 days. All right, it's done. All right, now it's time to party. As soon as his party's up, my party is next. And my party's the real party. So all of the 29th, is all the way up until 11:30 p.m. on the 29th. Then I'm exactly 42 full years of age, going into the 43rd year on May 29th at 11:30 p.m. And then a half hour later is June 30th. And all of June 30th is the end of the 30-day decree. That's it. There's a 40-day period. The 40 days, the true 40 days, is connected in between the 10 days plus the 30 days. So July 1st is the brand new month. You know why July 1st is the brand new month? Because everything's upside down. The first month is supposed to be January when it's freezing cold, and then the 7th month is summer. So July is the 6th. I don't know how people can listen to music that loud this morning, but anyway, the 6th full month, halfway through the entire year, is really the first month, which is July, because July is the beginning where it's warm, it's nice, everything is grown, everything's sprouted up, and so that's the true month, the first month. At first I thought it was June. It's July. July 1st is the first month, the first year, the first day of eternity, where time is up, Steve. Your time is up. So get your party in, and then it's time for me to party and everybody else.